Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my March budget with me. I am so excited to be filming another one of these videos. You guys love them and I have been loving doing them monthly for you guys. I feel like this month is going to be the best month because I've really nailed down what I want to talk about, the segments I want to have, and Annika, I know she's watching this. She's gonna say I told you so, but I actually started using every dollar and I've really been liking it. I'll get into that a little bit later, but if you guys are new here, hi, my name is Carter. I'm 23 and I love to empower financial freedom in individuals in their 20s, especially females. It's not talked about enough and I love talking about all things finance on here. I recently just paid off my student loans. And if you guys haven't seen my last few videos, my boyfriend and I just bought our first house, which is so exciting. So we're really excited for this video because, you know, buying a house, this budget with me is gonna be like so fun and different, but we don't close on our house until April 30th. So we have 2 more normal budget with me's until kind of everything switches over to the new house. But I'm super excited to take you guys through my budget. Before we start, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It helps so much get my channel out there and it helps with the algorithm and I would really appreciate it. And I would love it if you considered subscribing and sticking around. I film so many finance, productivity, and working 9 to 5 videos and I nailed the segment part of the video. So let's get into it. So big updates. Obviously we bought a house. In terms of this month's update, there's not really too much that's changing obviously because we aren't closing on our house until April 30th. But I am going to be a little bit stricter on my budget and just buying random things and focusing obviously on saving a bit more. Now that we have that timeline, touch on this. So we have all of our closing costs and everything ready to move in. I've already hit my savings goal and that stress is kind of gone, but I do want to have just a bit of a cushion just in case something happens and like the lawyer fees are way more than we thought, or like something happens with our land transfer tax. So I do want to keep building up my savings even though I have hit the goal that we need to have just for a cushion. And yeah, I touched on this in my weekend vlog, which was the video before this, but I feel like I get so many questions being like, how did you guys buy a house when you only started saving money in January? And if you guys are new here and just started watching me this year, then I made it a 2021 goal of mine to save enough obviously for my half of the down payment. But what a lot of people don't realize is I did have money saved before. It just wasn't going into like a house savings. It was just my regular savings. And as a first-time home buyer in Canada, you can pull from your RSPs up to $30,000 without penalty or tax. So I am doing that. So I do have money saved. I just don't want people to think I have like no money saved because I do. I just was hoping to save more, if that makes sense. So that answers that question, but I talked about it more in detail in my weekend vlog. So I'll link it down below if you guys kind of want the more detailed explanation. I also filmed like a new house Q&A answering all of your questions and stuff. Been doing is I've been using every dollar because in Canada you can't link your bank account, so you have to go in and manually enter your transactions, which is the main reason why I never used a budgeting app, is because I didn't like that they were connected to your bank account and it was automatic. Like I like having to go into my every dollar app and manually put in my transactions because it makes me more aware of my spending. And it's also a really good overview when we were trying to figure out our budget for a house, because it's just a lot easier to use a budgeting app than to use Excel and like just do things manually. I really like the layout. It's really great. Highly recommend. Extra things to budget for this month. I don't really have anything this month that I'm aware of. I never got my winter tires, so I don't have to worry about changing my tires over. Stella doesn't have any vet appointments. I'm going to the dentist a few times, but I have insurance. Like there's nothing really to worry about this month. And just remembering that if I make any extra money this month, whether it's my casual job or YouTube and stuff, it doesn't mean I need to spend it. It's just extra money to save. I feel like sometimes we all kind of need that reminder. February budget recap. So February was pretty good spending month. I hit my budget on everything. I did go over on our eating out, which is funny because we don't eat out a lot. We usually eat out twice a month, but we ate out a lot because we were looking at houses, and since I work a 9 to 5, we were doing a lot of them at night and on the weekends, and we were going at awkward times. We were going to like 3-4 houses at a time, so we were out the whole evening. We came home, we didn't want to eat, so we ate out a lot this month, but it's okay. It is what it is. I'm just showing you guys that we're not perfect. We're not human. Sometimes we don't stick to our budget, but that's life. Some months are gonna be really good and some months aren't, and that's totally okay. But that's really the only thing I found when we started looking at houses this month. I was a lot firmer on my budget and I was really second guessing like whether I needed to buy things. So that was pretty good. But yeah, that's kind of like my February budget recap. Overall, it was really good. There was no unexpected expenses. Welcome to my every dollar. So this month I'm kind of experimenting, and usually I just put in my main paychecks for my main job right here. But this month I'm gonna experiment and put everything in here, because typically like brand deals, and then if I work on my side job, and then my AdSense just goes right into my savings. So I never really put it in here because it just goes into my savings anyways. But I thought it'd be good to see what my total income for the month and then see how much I got to save. So there's no holidays this month, so I'm planning on making, my normal paycheck. I did work 15 hours this weekend at my side hustle job, but like I said, Guys, always undershoot your payments because that way if you get more, you're surprised and you're never stressed. So this should be closer to 500, but I'm gonna put 300. My AdSense is close to 800, but I'm gonna put 600. I haven't picked up any other shifts so far yet. And then this after tax and everything, like I said, once again, I'm gonna lowball it and say 700, but I'm pretty sure it's closer to 1,000. So this is all my income for the month. Right, so technically in terms of home savings, I'll show you guys, I do have my budget here still. I use this more for like the actual budgeting for each paycheck. So this is like a really good overview, but I still like to use my Excel spreadsheet because every paycheck is different and I still need to figure out like rent is coming out of which one. Like I know I can afford it, but what paycheck is it coming out of? When's my car insurance coming out? What am I paying with each paycheck? So I do this a bit closer to the actual payday. And then I just have like my balances and my current savings. So obviously I only need to contribute $300 more to be at like my goal amount for our closing costs and everything. But I obviously, like I said, want to have a cushion, fixed expenses first. So rent is $690. We don't have condo fees. I've just did this because I tried to budget with the house to see how much it would cost. So I have like unnecessary things in here. Utilities, let's say 60. Our hydro is usually like 120. Internet, 45. Gas, things are open again, so I feel like I'm gonna need more gas. So let's put it at 60. I'm gonna put it 80 on the high side. I don't think I'll use it, but whatever. Car payment is always $440. Parking, I'm not paying for parking this month, which is great. Car insurance, $344. Phone bill, $45. Okay, now the fun stuff. Oh, I don't need to spend any money on that anymore. 40. Okay, so let's start with this. Okay, books, 20. I have a lot of books left I need to read. I added a new category for new house stuff, so I'm gonna put 200 in there. That's like stuff like wine glasses and like random miscellaneous things. Spending money, I'm gonna give myself 300 for the whole month. Let's see if I can do that. Groceries, let's do 300. Eating out, 100. Coffee shops, 40. Okay, and then I typically will go back up here. Actually, oops, my spin for March comes out this month, like next week, so I'm gonna have to account for that. Okay, now let's go into savings. So I know I need to at least put 300. RSPs, 100 is automatically gonna go in. Now I have 2,300 left to budget. So let's add a tax fund. Let's do, okay, I'm gonna make this 2,000 because then we have a buffer and then whatever I don't use from the extra home savings can just go right into my tax fund. And then my tax fund, let's do 500. And then we can, let's just add some extra money. Okay, let's make this 400. There we go. No, we should leave that at 300 and then I'll add 300. I'll make it 306 for new house funds. Oh, wow. Okay, that was easier than I thought. So that is everything for the month and everything. Like I said, I really want to show you guys this because I was not a fan of budgeting apps until I started using every dollar. It is so nice and I just like how you have to account for every dollar. Like I said, I still obviously use my Excel spreadsheet for, you know, every actual paycheck, but I really like it. And then this is just obviously like all of my collaborations that I'm waiting on payments for. And then this is my savings tracker. So this is how I'm tracking how much we have saved. I need to add this. So RSP transfer 2,000, new total is 4,700. That means I only have 300 left, which is exciting, but I think I should change this actual amount. But that means hopefully by the time we close on the house, I'll have about $8,000. That way, if we need to get anything, we can. And then whatever's extra is just, like I said, going to go into my tax fund. Over here, I have my house costs. So these are just things that I've budgeted for and whatnot. That's kind of what those like savings are going to account for. And then my March budget. So I always have my Google link down below. I always have the Google spreadsheet link down below for you guys so you guys can download the budget. But I definitely recommend giving every dollar a go, even if you're like me and you don't like budgeting apps, because I actually do really like it. It's a good overview. And a lot of you guys were also asking how we kind of figured out what was in our budget for the house. And that's what I use, which I will show you guys that probably in a different video. But that's what I use just to calculate how much like we could afford, because it's just so much easier because it takes everything out. Let me know down below what one of your March financial goals is. I would love to know. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!